Hi, I'm Farinaz. I'm going to be teaching the basics of kickboxing here with Gab today.
Nice to be here, Farinaz.
I'm so excited about this session.
Me too.
Let's get started. If there's any modifications at any time, just please let me know if there's any pain. There's always other exercises that we can do. And also, kickboxing is not about doing everything exactly like me or every other person. It's about finding the right flow for you. So whatever that you're not comfortable with, we'll just angle it better so that it basically fits for you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we want your legs as wide as the shoulders. And then your dominant leg one step back.
How do I find my dominant leg?
We usually say if you're left-handed, we want the left leg back. Awesome. So with boxing,
Face this way.
yeah. So with boxing, we want, basically it doesn't matter if your leg is facing sideways or front. They usually have it sideways so that they can block the side of the body. But with kickboxing, because you'll also be kicking, we always want that back leg to face the opponent.
Okay.
Exactly. And then this way your opponent won't know if you're about to box or if you're about to kick. Then you want that back leg to be always up on the ball of the foot. Are you comfortable? Mm-hmm. Perfect. And then you want to bring your arms in the front, make a fist, and then bend your elbows. Perfect. Your dominant hand is on the chin. Yes. And then your leading hand is in front of the nose. Perfect. We call your leading hand number 1 or jab. For 1, all you have to do is extend your arm. Perfect, and then bring it back. It's kind of like a drill. It goes through and then it comes back straight in front of your nose. Nice, looking fantastic. One other thing that's really key is to breathe out every time you throw a punch. Nice, one more time. Perfect, one more. Nice. So your leading hand only carries 20% of your power. Its job is either speed or measuring the distance between you and your opponent. So jab, nice, and bring it back. And breathe every time. One more time. Perfect. We also want to be a little bit looser with the legs, so all the joints are nice and loose and slightly bent, exactly. And you're moving side to side. You're flowing.
Yeah.
If you feel uncomfortable, you can separate your legs a little bit more so you can balance your weight better.
Just staying on this knee after a while is a little bit of a strain, so I could maybe straighten it once in a while.
100%.
Okay.
Another thing I always tell everybody is that just because your non-dominant leg is in the front doesn't mean that your weight is in the front.
Oh.
It's actually opposite. 75% of your weight is in the back leg.
That helps.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then everything in boxing is backwards. So when you throw your 1, your body weight actually goes to the back.
Throw your 1 being
your right hand right now. Yeah,
Really?
It's kind of like that, yeah. And then when you're throwing your dominant hand, not only your weight will shift to the front, but also you have to pivot that back leg. Nice, exactly. So this punch is so important because it carries 100% of your power. It's dominant and you can knock out people with it. So it's special. It's a special one.
The one back here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, just throw, exhale, nice, and then bring it back. Nice. One more time. Perfect. Now, if you want to throw your 1, 2, we always think 1 is 20% and then 2 is 100%. So 1, 2. Nice. Don't forget to turn that back leg. Beautiful.
Am I turning it right?
Yeah, it was beautiful actually.
Okay,
Full
good.
extension,
Okay.
yes. One more time. Beautiful. Put a little bit more weight in the ball of the back foot, less on the toes. Nice.
I lost my back.
Bend, that's totally fine. Just bend your knees slightly and separate your legs. And also whenever you're tired, you can just come out of your stance, relax the legs, relax the shoulders, breathe, and then get back into it when you're ready. Yeah, you want to have that fighter spirit. So the more confident you are, the better everything looks.
Okay.
Nice.
So again?
Yes, 1, 2. Beautiful. And then bring it back right away.
Yeah.
One more time. Perfect. One last time. Perfect. Now relax the arms and breathe.
Coming back is harder.
Yes, it's easier to punch than it's actually to bring everything back. And that is like the most important part because everybody can throw punches, but not everybody can throw with beautiful technique. Yeah. The first kick that we learn in kickboxing is your knee strike. I always say start with the dominant side because it's in the back and it is your dominant side, so it's easier to throw and it has less detail.
Okay.
You're in your stance. So in your case, your left leg is back.
Okay.
Always, yes, keeping a nice bend in the knee so it's nice and soft. And then shifting your weight side to side so you're comfortable. Looking good. Awesome. And then when you want to throw your dominant knee, you want to go slightly up on the ball of the leading foot, but still keeping that bend, and then throwing your knee. Thinking, yes, that you're kneeing somebody your own height in the belly. It doesn't have to be necessarily super high, but it has to come a bit forward. Yeah. Now,
what do I do with this?
Good question. That's what I was gonna get at. What you're going to do is, whichever side that you're kneeing with, that arm can drop.
Okay.
But the other side must be up, protecting your face.
Staying. Okay.
Yes, nice. In some cases in kickboxing, we ask you to bring it a little bit more to the front so you can cover more areas of the face. And that way, yeah.
But you have to keep your balance.
So you don't have to hold your knee in the air too long to lose balance. You can just knee and bring it back right away. Yes, exactly. And breathing out every time. Looking good.
Okay.
Looks fantastic. Let's do one more. Awesome. Now let's put it together with some punches. We'll do our 1-2, and then when you're ready, go up on the ball of the foot, throw your knee, bring it back to stance.
Okay, that's 3 things.
Yes.
All right. All right, I'll do it slowly.
Yes,
okay?
absolutely.
Okay, so.
Beautiful. I love how you dropped the hand. It was excellent.
Okay.
And good breathing too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it
Everything
helps.
looks perfect. Everything looks fantastic. One more time together.
Okay.
1, 2, first. That's totally fine.
One
That's
more
totally
time.
fine. It's excitement.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, and then knee. Nice. Awesome. Now, if we want to do the lead side, it's a bit different. We believe in kickboxing that if you throw, for example, your leading knee up from where it is, it might not hit the target, plus it might not have enough power.
Yeah.
So that's why we ask you to switch. There's 2 variations to switch. You can either skip and switch, or if it's too much, you can always just step.
Yeah, that would be work for me for the knee.
Actually, in traditional martial arts, they believe that the less you jump, the more power you have. Because the power is coming from the ground into your legs. So if you have more connection to the ground, you're actually stronger.
So how do you do it?
You just take a step forward with your dominant, and then
you put the other one back?
Just slightly so that you have space.
Okay, so you're like this, and you're like that.
And then you knee.
And then like that.
Yeah, so but then you gotta remember that after we wanna bring it to the front again and come back to your original stance. Yes, keeping your arms on your face.
This is all about just footwork.
Yes, absolutely. So every time that you feel like something is off and not comfortable, you can just do your footwork. Exactly, and bring it back. It actually makes it flow better.
Okay.
So now what we're going to do is just to practice that switch and then leading knee.
Okay, so this.
And then you switch, take a step, switch. And then knee, put it in the front so that you go back to your stance.
Oh, put this back down in the front.
Once you're done. Okay. One more time. Switch, and then knee, put it in the front, and then fix your stance. Yes, exactly. And that's kind of that footwork.
Wow. Can I see you do that one more time?
Yes. Switch, knee, front, back to the stance.
Okay, so when you put your knee down, do you feel a little off balance?
Yes. So one more time. Once I put it down, it's kind of like too close almost. Yeah. So I have to put that back. But that's again what you said. It goes back to that footwork. Yeah. If it's too tight, I'll just fix it in my stance.
Okay.
Nice. Let's do that knee, just the knee one more time. And then yes, back to stance. Yes, it's beautiful.
All right, that works.
Fantastic. Now let's put it with the punches.
What do you do with this hand when you put
Good
the knee
question.
up?
So every time, whatever side that you knee, that arm can drop. So you switch.
Okay. You
knee, this arm drops, and then you bring it back up when you're done.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Easy peasy. Let's do the punches together too.
Say that.
Just 1, 2. Then we switch, and then we knee, put it in the front, and then go back to stance.
Putting in the front is the tricky part.
Worse, I wouldn't say worse, but if let's say you put it in the back, it's not the biggest deal. You can always fix your stance by taking another step back. That actually creates more distance between you and your opponent, which is good. You don't want to be too close to them. Okay. You always want to hit your opponent and not get hit. That's what we always say. Okay, so back in our stance. Let's do our 1, 2. Then we switch. Knee, and then come back to stance. Perfect, nice and loose. Breathing. When you're ready, we go. switch, knee, and then back. Nice. One last time. And then switch, knee. Nice. Good job. Give me a high five.
Okay.
We got the knee down. No problem. Easy peasy.
Feels like I have a lot of arms and legs now.
Honestly, yeah. That's the beauty of kickboxing, though. All your body parts is working, but also because you have to work the arms, work the legs. You have to always be aware of your core.
Yeah.
So that's why I love it.
That's a good. Thanks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Moving on to hooks. We are in your stance. Awesome. Bring your leading arm in the front. 90-degree angle from the elbow. Perfect. 90-degree from the body. And then you turn it. But, yes, facing your opponent. But the rest is really done with your leg. So what I mean is that leading leg will turn. Yes. And then you bring it back to your face. Slightly bend. And also, don't think so much about the toe. Think about the ball of your foot. Yeah. It's kind of like you're killing a cockroach with the bottom of your foot.
So what do you use this punch for?
Good question. If you have an opponent that their guard is always up protecting their face, you want to use a punch that you can move their guard or maybe bring it to the side more, because really defending hooks, if you're this way, is just doing this. We call it combing your hair. Yeah. So it's kind of like if you do this, you'll be blocking a kick or you'll be blocking a hook.
Yeah.
So if somebody's guard is always so up, instead of punching them straight in the face, which you'll be hitting their block, you'll be going to the side more so they can bring their arm to the side so you can hit the target straight down.
So you would go like that and then like that.
Exactly. You're a natural killer.
Thank you, Farinaz.
Okay, ready for some
That's
hooks?
so good. Yeah.
We're just gonna do the lead side. We call that 3. So when I say 3, so your jab is 1, your punch is 2, your leading hook is number 3. By moving your leg more, so that your core goes with it. But also keeping that bend in the elbow the entire time. And then bringing it back. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. And then breathing out at the same time. Keeping that bend in the elbow. See how your arm is opening?
Yeah.
You want it.
Stay.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Nice. And I like that.
Open it when you hit.
No. With hooks, you never open it. Yeah, so if you want...
It doesn't feel like I would hit the face.
So let's face me.
Okay.
So if you jab me here, then you'll hook me right here.
I'm not close enough though.
You don't have to be. You gotta bend your upper body more.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I mean by you can hit people without getting hit. You can always maneuver your upper body to a way to catch them. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. So show me your one more time here.
My 1?
1.
Okay. Give me a minute here.
Yeah, of course. And show me your 2. And now show me your 3. Boom. But that's your elbow. Give me a punch. Actually hit here. Yes. That's it. One more time. And then we want to make sure that other arm is up protecting your face. Boom. Yeah. Instead of stepping, turning. There you go. One more time.
Instead of stepping,
less
turning.
stepping, more turning.
Well, I need to be close to you.
There you go. Perfect. Now your 4 is identical to 3, but because your back leg is already up on the ball of the foot, all you have to do is turn it.
The other side.
Your left side.
It's a hook?
Yes, so we call that number 4. There you go.
But I'd have to be a lot closer.
You think because your elbow is bent that you have to get closer, but really what you need to do is maneuver your upper body.
Yeah. Get it
so if
bend over.
Exactly. If you bend forward slightly,
reach.
Then you can reach. So show me your 1 again. Your 2. Look at you go. And then 3.
Sorry,
that's okay. Got excited.
Breathing here.
Yeah, it's good.
3.
But hit me.
Not close enough.
You are. If you can always, instead of 90 degree, you can always go 100 degrees.
Okay.
Slightly open.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. And then show me your 4.
Boom.
One more time.
Hit you.
Yeah. Your thumb is up. Yeah. You want it out. Yeah.
I want it out.
Yeah. Okay. One more time. 4. One last time. Separate your legs slightly more so you have space to turn the torso. That's it. Looks so good.
Thanks.
One more time. Awesome. Powerful. I love it. Okay. Ready for some more kicks?
Yeah.
You want some water first?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So there are 3 different variations of round kick in kickboxing. One is low kick. You hit people in the thighs. The other one is middle kick. You hit people in the ribs. And the last one is roundhouse kick. You hit people in the head. What we're going to cover today is just the low kick. Just because it's fancy and it's strong and I love it.
That's a good enough reason.
Perfect. You're in your stance. Let's say if we want to work the dominant side, you will stay on this leg, but you will turn it out. This way it allows your hip to toss. So separate your legs slightly more. And then in kickboxing, we always think like you are shooting a ball rather than kicking and bringing it back.
Shooting it as
like
in kicking
a football.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yes, exactly, like that. But if you keep your knee slightly bent and then turn this, then after you kick, you kind of land here. Or like that, yes, you go 180 degrees and then you come back.
Yeah, come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
But realistically, if you hit your opponent, then their body weight will bring you back into your stance.
Oh, I see. You want to try it on me?
Yeah.
Try it on me. Show me how the kick
absolutely.
works. Okay.
So if I'm in my stance, I go...
Here. And
then back.
I stop it and you go back. And
basically your body weight
will
will
buckle.
If we are the same weight, very rarely I can make you buckle unless you're not ready for it or you're already hurt from something else.
Yeah. So what's the purpose?
The purpose is to do it so many times that it'll actually buckle.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's good. That's what I want to know. I love this aggression.
Okay, are we ready for some low kicks?
Yeah.
You're born ready.
Yeah.
So let's go back to our stance. Think about the leading leg. More weight on it, turning it, and then kicking it like you're kicking a ball. Yes, like 180
now,
degrees.
I will tell you this. Knee doesn't love to torque. So is there anything I can do to make it less turn? You know, is it start from the foot or something? I don't want this to be the leading.
Absolutely.
You know what
we
I mean?
We can always just kick and bring it back rather than you turning it all the way through. But because kicking it all the way through will show power behind it, but kicking and bringing it back is still the proper technique. But you still want to keep a slight bend so that it's not, so this is not happening to your knee.
Strong. I know, that's what I'm
so we want
about.
that.
So we want to keep it strong.
And then back.
And then back. So.
Yeah. And then back.
Right?
Yeah. It's like you're kicking your shin to somebody's thigh.
You're really putting a lot of heat right here.
Yeah,
when
but
you're doing
really what's happening is you're squeezing this muscle.
Yeah, I have to focus on that. Yeah, that muscle needs to be really strong. Yeah, to protect your knee, right?
Absolutely,
okay.
Yes, always.
Okay, so...
You're in your stance, just throw your low kick and bring it back. Perfect. Now we want to put some punches behind these kicks.
Okay.
So let's do just a 1, a 2, and a 3, and then do a low kick, and then bring it back. It's now 4 things, oh my goodness.
4. Okay, I think I can do that.
Of course you can. Separate your legs slightly more to the side. Yeah.
Okay, so...
3, nice, and then your low kick with a, yes.
What do I do
Beautiful.
with this hand?
Same thing with all kicks. Whenever you're
Goes
throwing,
down.
whenever you're throwing it, you can drop, and then you gotta remember to bring it exactly like that. That looks really good.
Okay, yeah.
Let's do it one more time.
Okay.
So you're 1, 2, 3, and then low kick. 3.
3 is...
And then low kick, boom. But then we also want that leading, that was right. You just want the other hand up on your face, protecting it always.
Okay,
Let's do one more.
Let me do it slower.
Of course.
Slower. Okay,
Separate your legs slightly more. Nice. And then kick, and then bring it back. Nice. And then bring the hands back too. Yeah, okay. And also your, the other one on the chin.
Right.
Always protecting the face.
Right.
One more time. And then kick. Nice. Okay, so the combo that I really want you to do today is all these techniques into one combo. It's a little busy, but I know we can do this. We do our 1, 2, then we switch, and then knee. Then you put your knee down in the front.
Not so high.
Yes, just enough that,
down in front.
Because what you want to do after is a 2, a 3, and a right low kick. Why do I like this? Because you're basically doing 2 punches and 1 side kick, and then you do another set of 2 punches and then the other side kick. This way you're even. Both sides are working equally.
Really slowly, so.
Yeah, of course. And then leading knee. Switch, knee. Put it in the front.
So this is the first kick.
Exactly.
And then you bring, and then, and then.
And then you're back in your stance right now, so throw your 2.
Throw my 2.
And then a 3. And then now your second kick is with the left side.
Which means I have to turn.
You don't, exactly, good one. With the dominant side, you never have to switch because it's already in the back.
Okay.
And then you bring it back.
Okay. So this one I have to switch.
Always, yeah. It's busy.
Yeah, it is.
And a knee. And then 2, 3. Nice. 2, 3. And then low kick. And then bring it back. We'll do all the punches and then we'll figure out the arms after.
A lot of practice.
Yeah. But it's good though, right? Because you kind of have to remember where the arms go, where the legs go. Yeah.
Just haven't done it before.
That's okay. That's the fun part.
But it is fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do 1, 2. Switch for your leading knee. And then put it in the front. 2, 3. Rear low kick. And then bring it back. Nice. Ready for one more?
Yeah, but keep it slow.
Of course.
Okay.
1, 2. Switch for the knee. Put it in the front. Or switch whenever you want. Yeah. 2. That's 1. Show me a 2. That's 1. 3. And then low kick. Do you want a water break? And then we'll do it again.
I'm good at, I usually blame it because I'm left-handed, but you are too, so I can't, no excuses.
But we're special people. Everything for us is backwards.
It is backwards, but...
So it's so much more difficult to learn, but once we learn, then we're magic.
Oh, it's great. Okay. No, I'm good.
We're magical humans.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to learn, a lot to think about. And I think in any new practice, you have to be very slow when you start to make your brain, be able to rethink how you're moving. I mean, for any new sport, right?
Absolutely. But also I feel like with other sports, something like, let's say if we're running, our mind can go. But with a sport like this,
we have to focus.
All the time. No matter how good you are, you always have to focus because it's easy to instead of one side, do the other side or miss a punch or two.
Such a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving your legs to get your less dominant leg in a position of strength, it's a whole nother way of thinking.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you have to always be present.
Always be present.
Yeah.
That's good.
You ready for the longest combo of the day?
Maybe.
You're born ready.
Let's
do this. We were doing our 1, 2. Awesome. Then we switched for the knee.
Oh, yeah. You push it back so that you can bring it up.
Exactly.
Not too high.
Not too high. Somebody your own height in the belly. But what's key, is that after you finish the knee, put it someplace that you can after throw your 2.
My 2 is this.
Yeah. But right now your leading leg is in the back. Yeah. So you can either take another step back with that leg or put that leg in the front. Right. And then fix your stance.
Back.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Whenever you're ready, let's do our 1, 2. Okay. And then switch for the knee. Put it in the front. Or just switch. Doesn't matter. And now let's do 2, 3, and then kick. Nice, and then bring it back. This hand can drop, but that one has to stay up.
That's the tricky one, is when you kick, that hand has to drop.
It really doesn't have to drop. You can keep it on your face to protect your face, but if you drop it, it just looks so much better.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready? Let's do our 1, 2. Switch when you're ready. Knee, put it in the front or back, and then fix your stance. And then do your 2, and then 3, and then low kick when you're ready. Boom. But then this hand drop, that hand stays up. Yeah. And then bring it back.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2. Switch for the knee. Go back to your stance. 2, 3, and then kick. Nice. That was the best one.
Better.
Yeah.
Well,
let's do one more.
All right.
1, 2, switch for the knee. And then fix your stance. 2, 3, and then kick. Right. Yeah.
That last
right
bit.
on time though. You fixed it.
Okay.
One more time. 1, 2, switch for the knee. 2, 3, and then kick. You did it.
Yeah.
Everything was right.
Okay.
It wasn't too fast.
Do it one more time.
It was the best.
Okay.
Let's do one more time.
One more time. I'm just gonna cement
So
it
one more time, best
in my
time.
head.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
1, 2, switch for the knee. Fix that stance. 2,
Oh, 2,
3,
3.
and then kick. Nice hands.
Okay.
You did it. You want to do one more?
Okay.
Let's do it. 1, 2, switch for the knee. Fix the stance. 2, 3, and then kick. You did it.
Okay.
You're magic.
I'm gonna have to really work that through.
Honestly,
bunch of
not
times.
all combinations are this complicated. Yeah. I just wanted you to use both sides in one combo to see how it feels.
And it does feel like the whole body's involved.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And a little cardio too.
Absolutely, yeah, it gets you going because all limbs are working.
Yeah.
But basically that's why I picked this combo.
Pick it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, are we ready for something else?
Sure.
Let's do some front kicks.
Okay.
Okay, so the front kicks are, I would say, the most important kicks in kickboxing. Why? Because it creates a distance between you and your opponent. If you don't like somebody in your personal space, all you have to do is basically kick them away. You don't have to turn your hip, so it's basically safe for everybody. So everybody can basically do this technique. And it's kind of like an extension of your knee strike. So if we're doing the dominant side first, all you have to do is bring this up to your belly level and then extend your knee and bring it back. And exactly, your hand is dropping, the other hand is on your face. It looks fantastic. It's so much easier than your low kick because you're not really maneuvering that knee anymore.
What do you do with your toe? Is it straight or it's like
you want
this?
to hit, you want to hit somebody with the ball of your foot.
Ball of your foot.
So if possible, you want to charge it to your belly before you kick out. Kind of like those leg press machines in the gym.
Right. Get some power.
Exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
that was the best.
Yeah. Well, it's natural to want to just, like boom and get the power first and then hit it, right?
That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Well done.
What can I say?
Magic.
You're a good teacher, Farinaz.
Thank you.
You are.
Awesome.
All right.
For the leading side, for front kicks, you don't have to switch. For the knee, you kind of have to because you might hit somebody below the belt. But with the knee strike, you can to get more leverage. But yeah, exactly. Or you can just lift it from the front. Like that, yeah.
What's the difference between this one and this one?
Very good question.
What's it called?
You just say leading front kick and rear front kick.
Oh, rear front.
But they're for total different reasons. Your leading front kick's job is to keep somebody at bay because it doesn't have as much power. You don't have momentum. So if somebody's charging at you, all you have to do is stop. Basically, you won't kick them out of the ring, but you will make them stop coming your way. But with your rear side, you can totally kick somebody out of the ring.
Because you're getting more power.
Exactly, and you have momentum from the back, and it's your dominant side.
Right.
Let's do some front kicks together.
All right.
Let's start with the dominant side. Perfect. All you're doing is you're bringing your knee up to your belly level and then kicking out. Perfect. You want to hit somebody with a ball. That's proper stance. Beautiful. Okay. Your knees are slightly bent, your body weight is forwards, like you're ready to throw. I love it. Well done. Don't forget to breathe out every time you kick. Nice. Excellent. One more time. And then one last time. Okay, so when we did that longer combination, if you feel like that low kick is not a proper kick at this time, and you feel like there's too much twisting happening in the knee and the knee is just not ready for it, we can always switch that low kick into a rear front kick.
Okay.
Do you want to try that?
Yeah, how?
Awesome.
Right.
Let's do our 1-2 leading knee. 1, 2, switch, knee, fix your stance. Do your 2, 3. And then instead of that low kick, let's do a rear front kick. Yeah, perfect. Let's do one more.
Instead of the low kick that would have been over here.
Yeah, so that what was happening with that low kick is you were, even though we were trying to stop the pivoting motion, it might have been still too much for the knee today. So, but the good thing about front kick is that because you have to keep this leg firm.
Don't pivot. Okay.
You're not pivoting, but you're really strengthening this muscle.
As opposed to a side kick, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna do a front kick instead of a this.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah,
so
that's
you're
a good
not
modification.
moving this, but you're still strengthening here. And then in time, when you're ready, you will switch back to that.
I like that. That's a good mod.
Awesome.
Okay.
Let's do our 1, 2. And then switch for the knee. Fix your stance. Do your 2, 3, and then front kick. Boom!
Okay.
Looking fantastic and strong.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's do one more. 1, 2, switch for the knee. Fix that stance. 2, 3, front kick.
Oh, I lost my balance.
It's okay. Separate your legs a little bit. Yeah, you don't have to go fast.
Okay.
Find that right rhythm that works for you.
Okay.
Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, switch for the knee. Find your stance. 2, 3, front kick. And then put back. Beautiful. One last time. 1, 2, switch for the knee. Find your stance. 2, 3, and then front kick. You got this. Give me. You killed it.
Okay, well,
I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you.
Ready for some cool down?
Good teacher, yes.
Awesome.
Always.
We're just gonna do a standing cool down. I want your legs as twice as wide as the shoulders. Slightly bend the knee and try to hold on to one leg with both arms. You don't have to touch the ground, but you basically want to push your way to the heel so you feel a bit of a stretch in the hamstrings in the back of your legs. Nice. Take a deep breath in. Exhale with your mouth. And then now let's come back up. Raise your arms up over your head. Deep breath. And then come down and hold on to the other leg. Don't forget to slightly bend the knee. Push your way back to the heel. Yeah, so you feel a stretch in the back of the hamstrings. One more time, raise your arms up, breathe in. And now we want to hold on to both legs. Slightly bend the knees. Keep that back straight and let your head be heavy. Nice. Perfect. And then we're coming back up. Interlace both hands behind you. Perfect. Bring your shoulders down. And then look up, take a deep breath. And then release. And now let's do one for the arm. Cross one arm over to the other side. Doesn't matter. Yeah, perfect. And breathe. See if you can keep your legs even. Nice. So that you don't have to turn your body. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
One more deep breath. And then release it. Then switch sides when you're ready. Perfect. Done. So good.
Very nice.
Did you have fun?
Thank you. A lot of fun.
Me too, honestly.
I have to keep practicing.
I love your questions though. I feel like they were fighter level. Seriously.
Well, I like competing, so I want to know.
I loved it because all of your questions was for someone who actually wants to hit somebody.
A lot of these moves, you know, can compromise certain parts that are less strong. And so I was hoping to find ways to accomplish them without hurting myself. And so this was very helpful because you first of all, you have, you're calm and you're told me how to move properly through the move, which is really important. But also just the challenge of the mental challenge of learning this, I think is equally important to the physical. And that's the part that I love because I've never really been around boxing or kickboxing. And so I wasn't sure how I could relate to it. And I think that's now with you showing these moves, whether I go in the ring or not, I can understand what they're for. And that helps a lot. So when you explain it, that's really helpful. You know, like a hook.
Yes.
You know, and how a hook works and why you want it that way. So it's been really eye-opening. I feel like anyone can follow you and learn this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It means the world.
Wow.
One thing that I say is that when you first look at kickboxing and you see all these moves and all the rotations and all of them happening at the same time, it's easy to think that, oh, okay, this is not for me. But once you actually step into learning every exercise from the base and also taking the time to learn them properly, and then gradually put them together. And also sometimes taking a step back. Oh, my leg is not ready for this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with another exercise. Gradually everything, it's kind of like a puzzle. They all find each other, and then once you're ready, you just add
and
another.
it looks right, because one example is that back foot side kick, is that what it is?
Round kick.
A round kick, and that is tricky because, you know, apart from, I mean, you have to have a strong knee, but bringing it around, you don't feel like, can I see you do it?
So if you are not injured and you're really turning, then you're turning this all the way and you're kicking through.
Oh, you're turning it there. See that? Okay.
But that's also when you're
And
ready for it and you feel like
you have to have that strong knee. So because what you're doing is you're going like that. Okay,
yeah,
I see.
But if you're not ready for it, you can just kick and bring it back.
And that just didn't feel very natural. But
exactly.
Okay.
So, but you can always take the time to practice, but at the same time, if you're not ready, you can switch to your knee strike. You can switch to front kick, like what we did today.
The terminology is really good to know.
Yeah.
That helps.
You ask the best questions.
Oh, thank you.
So I want you to really know what's what and what
we need
hits
another
where.
lesson, you know. This isn't quite enough for me to get to that. You know, so we're gonna.
That's awesome. That's a compliment. That means you want to see me again.
I will continue practicing on the channel because all of that you're teaching me right now is on there, and now that I understand it, I'll be able to do it more on my own. I feel
absolutely, and it's all about practicing and repeating, and you just get better every single time you practice it.
Okay, good. We will do it then.
Awesome.
You know, when you say your name, I'm like, I wish I could say your name like that. Farinaz.
Yeah.